right, everyone. So my name's Melissa Axelson. Just do some introductions here while we give everyone a few more minutes to join in. One of the directors here at NJCTL. I pretty much actually talk to you or we've emailed a bunch of times back and forth. So we wanted to take this opportunity to just do a field experience orientation. The course is unique as to the content courses and teaching methods. So it's a little easier to kind of explain it out and get everyone started on the right foot with the start of the new school year. So the things we will talk about today, introduce all the coaches to you. We'll go over the things you need to help, the video releases, course numbers, assignments, grading, deadlines, and with a little tour of field experience. Some of you are enrolled in it already. Others of you will be shortly. So let's take a moment and introduce everyone. I do have Susan Olszewski on here. She's not one of the field experience coaches, but she is important in regards to transcripts and things like that. So Susan, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Olszewski. I'll be working with you when you request transcripts. I'll be the one sending them out. And then also once you get to the end of your endorsement program or whatever program you're working through, I'll be the one that helps you get your certificate from the state, your new endorsement.
Okay. Thank you, Susan. And she also helps with tech support on the weekend. So, if you have a question there, you might hear from her in regards to that. And then for those of you that are in the mathematics program, we have Audra. She'll be your field experience coach. So, and I think you've pretty much all heard from Audra because she is one of your instructors for all the science subjects. Mr. Karaoke Joseph is here. If you want to introduce yourself, Joseph.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Joseph Karaoke. I'll be working with anybody who's seeking an endorsement in any of the sciences from middle school through any of the high school science courses. I'll put my email and my phone number. I'm usually outside of the country a lot, so WhatsApp, if you have WhatsApp, that's the best way to reach me. If you ever have any questions, I'm always here to help you out.
Thank you. And Joseph is biology, physics, and chemistry certified, so he'll, be a little modest and not say that, but he's also taught middle school science, so he is a great resource for all of our science teachers. And then Maria with computer science, and most of you you've had her with your courses as well. So Maria, if you want to say anything, just hi. She says good morning. And Audra, did you want to say anything? You're just hello.
Hi, everybody. As Melissa also said about Susan being on tech support, so am I. So depending on the weekends or who can get to the email fastest, we'll try to help meet your needs.
Yes. And Audra is also our internal little tech support person. So she manages to figure out, glitches and things like that for us along the way. So she'll talk about how you get your videos uploaded and stuff. But any trouble with that, if, email on that. Can someone type that in the chat for me, Audra? Can you type that? Tech support at NJCTL?
Oh, yeah, sure. I got it.
Because, that goes to a team of us. So especially in the evenings or on the weekends, then, someone will get, to you faster because a group of us monitor that in that regards. So these are the things that you need. Again, nothing fancy, right? Don't go out and buy equipment. We're not analyzing you for your cinematography skills here. We basically just need to see a little bit of it and really hear what you're saying and the interactions you're having with students. So I will share out this PowerPoint too as soon as we're done with this presentation. So I'll send this to you all. But you'll need a Google Drive. You want to explain that, Audra, with the videos for them?
Sure.
How to do that.
So you can record your videos in whatever method is easiest for you, since most of us have smartphones now that have cameras built into them. Teachers have either had a colleague or even a student who maybe is stronger in math, who doesn't necessarily need to take the notes while they're doing the lesson, record it, or they would put it on a tripod for an instruction part, and then during formative assessment, they might hold it up or bring it with them as they check in with groups. The same with the social constructivism video. Some teachers set it up in a spot where we would be able to see like 1 to 3 groups of students and the interaction that's going on, or they might carry it around with them and you can still hear the teacher questions, the student thoughts, and so on. It's up to you if you want to also connect it to a microphone, like they do different, even headphones that have microphones in them that you could connect wirelessly if you'd like, but you don't necessarily have to, because the sound pickup is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it really is.
So again, it kind of depends on what type of device you're recording with. Taking a quick like 5-minute trial run, even with an empty classroom, to see like which parts of the classroom you can be in and still hear different dialogue might be a good trial run to do. And then once the videos are recorded, you're going to end up uploading it into some sort of cloud source account. So then that way all the videos have one spot where they can all be located. Examples include, but are not limited to, Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive if your school is a Microsoft-oriented district. You could also do it through Apple if you have a Mac account. And then you can share your folder with the assigned coach through our email address. And then each box for video submissions, it's just a text frame. You would put that shareable link in there that you would get from the folder or from the individual videos from that module. It's up to you. Some people just do the same link for every single video submission, but then each video is labeled like module 2 direct instruction video, module 3 formative assessment video, and so on. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what else we could do.
I think that really works out. Like Moodle can't handle an upload as big as a video.
Yeah,
so
that's why we have to do an outside cloud source to store the video during the courses.
And that, again, that video is only being reviewed by your coach and you. You know, maybe possibly one of them may ask Susan or I to watch it with them as well, but it's not shared beyond us. And, you know, no worries there. So the important part is you also are going to have to get the video releases for your students. Now you don't have to get it for all of your students. You know, if you're teaching 4 sections of physics, pick the one that you want to video with, and you can video that same one all year. All right. And you don't have to get them from them again. You know, or give them out to all your classes, see which class you get the most back in, however you want to take that. You can scan those forms once you get them back. Most copiers in schools, you can like put all the papers in the top and you can scan them all and turn them into one PDF. So that it's not like you're individually taking each page and making one. If you don't know how to do that, somebody in your school, I'm sure can help you figure that out. And the forms are in the actual course that you'll be able to click on and link and do it. And when that's for that submission spot, you just upload the link to your forms there. And then, you know, make sure we have access to them so that we can see them. So that's pretty easy there for that part. You know, in the course, it's here. You'll be able to click on them and be able to open them up and download the PDF of there. So really establish a goal of trying to get at least 10 students or about half of the class. You know, if you have student, I mean, these, for the most part, I think everyone on here is high school. You know, they don't necessarily take papers home to their parents. So if you don't get them all, you can adjust seats. Those students don't have to be in the video. You know, adjust the camera, block out the student's face. You know, you can like fuzzy them out or whatever you need to do. So if you have any trouble with that, you know, let us know. I mean, if you don't get hardly any, I mean, we really just need to hear the interaction, you know?
Yeah.
It's obviously better for us to see it. And as long as we hear it, it'll be fine. All right. All the course numbers. So when you request a transcript from Susan, everyone's in a course called MET 6102. But when your transcripts, when you get them, and it'll be reflected based on the content that you're in. So, you know, just if you're like, well, looking at your course page and all the phases where you see them there, and you're like, well, wait a minute, you know, I'm supposed to be in Chem 6702, you know, you are, it's just, you know, it'll be adjusted when you actually request your transcript. If you don't know how to do that, you go to My NJCTL when you're logged into the main website, and then under grades, there's a spot for transcripts. So you can either have them emailed directly to yourself, or if someone in your school needs them, you know, we can email them directly to them, and Susan will copy you on the email so you'll know that they went. So either way there. So field experience, it's a little differently set up. Joseph, why don't you explain that? How we set the assignments up.
Yeah, so when we had the first, with our first couple of experiences with the course, some teachers would try to wait till the end of the end of the semester and submit all of the videos at once. So to kind of prevent that, you have to submit one assignment before you're able to submit the next one, the subsequent one. But you can see all of your assignments, you just can't submit multiple assignments at once. So there's like 3 videos all looking at different pedagogical aspects, and each video has a pre-submission document that I'm going to look over and then just kind of make sure that you're on the right track to make a video which you don't have to resubmit. So just like we kind of promote you giving your students retakes, you can also redo your videos and redo any assignment if you don't like your grade. So I think that covers.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Joseph. And you'll be able to see the directions for the assignment, and you know, the 3 videos for this course and the 3 videos for next course, you know, they need to be filmed on separate days, and you know, we want to be able to have enough time to give you feedback in between. Your pre-submission reflection, you know, we'll get that graded back to you pretty quickly. Sometimes the videos might take a couple days, especially if we get a lot submitted in the same time. So just bear with us. There's 3 types of writing assignments in field experience. You're going to have a short introduction and initial prompt, just to kind of talk about what your schedule looks like, you know, which group you're planning on videoing, a little bit like that. And then, as Joseph said, before each video submission, you have to write up explaining what you're going to do and what your plan is. And then at the end, a final reflection paper, just like all the other courses have. So you're going to have 3 video uploads in each course. They have specific requirements for time, content, all that different, but it'll be spelled out in there. You can edit the video, but you don't have to edit it. You can edit it by saying, like, let's say you have a 30-minute video and you're not particularly good with your video editing skills. You can say, please watch from minute 10 to minute 25. You know, you could just give us a timestamp of when to watch, and that's perfectly fine as well. So, you know, don't go crazy worrying about editing it and stuff. You're going to be demonstrating all the different skills and things that we talked about in the MET 6121 course. So we'll be referring back to that final submission that was in teaching methods, that teacher self-reflection checklist as well. And sometimes your instructor may just request a resubmission and they'll convert it back to draft mode, for you as well. Again, we're here to help you, not only to look to make sure, this is new content for most of you, to make sure you're comfortable with that, but we also want to make sure you're comfortable with incorporating the teaching methods. If you're unsure of how you're going to use formative assessment, talk to your coach beforehand and say, I was thinking of trying this, what are some pitfalls to that? And, have a conversation with it through email. The written reflections have the rubric like you've seen before in other courses. The video submissions each have a different specific rubric for each of them, and I'll get that open for you once we get into the course. This course is a little unique because we are going to have some deadlines, okay? So reason being is we want to make sure that you get both field experience completed during this school year. All right. If you're, this field experience 1 is everybody's phase 2 course, one of them, plus you have content courses. So if you want to stay on pace to be completed by next summer, you need to complete those courses by the end of this calendar year. So, the content courses, if need be, we can extend them, but you really need to stay on target with field experience, because then field experience 2, we like to start by mid-January and kind of have it wrapped up by mid-May. And so that then you can wrap your content up. Again, we are self-paced, we are asynchronous, but a lot of you, it's depending on certification here, is if you want to ensure that you have it for next school year fully through, then you really need to stay on pace with this. And again, I'll send this presentation out so everyone will have that. So let me now go into teaching methods so we can take a look. Am I still sharing?
So while you're transitioning, Andrea, it looks like there's somebody else in the room with you. Can you jot their name in the chat window so I can put them on the attendance? Thank you.
Okay. So I'm still sharing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So here is field experience. And again, some of you are in it already, 6102. And basically, the top things here, you have the syllabus, the written response rubric. Here's the video rubrics. So you may want to go ahead and print them out. I'll also add this PowerPoint up here to the top. But there's also a video here about creating the links and uploading them and stuff, as Audra explained. So there's a short video there if you'd like to do. I'm pretty sure Audra made the video too. So the field experience rubrics are pretty specific. So you're going to submit 3 videos, and the first one's going to focus on direct instruction. So these are the things that we're going to be looking for, and how we're assigning the points for it. So the good thing about this rubric is, your coach can select, let's say you're just here, and maybe they'll take and say, okay, I wasn't seeing number 2 in this video or something like that. All right. And then the formative assessment and student polling, that's the second video. And again, some similar things on the rubric, but it's pretty much a little bit different. And the fourth one is facilitating classwork or labs using social constructivism. So you've got that. Now, we also wanted to point out to make sure you do kind of have to reflect on the lesson. All right. This is part of the assignment. A lot of times people miss doing that. And again, we're talking like paragraph here. We're not talking pages. All right. So I'll show you in one of the video or in one of the submissions how you can, what it says about that. All right. And then when you scroll down here, you'll see there's 5 modules. You have to click on each one to open it up. And when I get here in module 1, I've got 2 things to do. I have to write the first reflection where you're just kind of talking about and introducing yourself. And then you upload your forms, your video releases. So there's the 2 of them there. Okay. And then let's look at the second one. So in the second module, what you're going to notice here is I can go ahead and click on this one. This is the pre-submission assignment where I want to talk through these questions. Zoom in a little bit. So you want to, write up a paragraph or 2 talking about that stuff. And then once you get graded on this, you'll be able to upload the video. Because if you see down the bottom here, not available unless you complete that activity that's before it. Okay, so it has to be completed as well as given a grade. So this number 5 here is what often gets missed. All right, that you point out which elements of teacher self-reflection checklist, and you go through all that. Okay, so each video has something specific there for you to go through. Your course progress bar is going to look a little different too, because like right now you can do the first reflection, submit your forms, and do the module 2 pre-submission. Once that's graded, then you'll see the next box open up. Okay, so it just kind of opens up as you go along there. All right, Joseph or Audra Maria, anyone want to add anything that I missed or might have went over too fast?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
So,
Okay.
all right, I think so. Let me stop sharing. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to type in the chat or, unmute yourself for us.